This is a story that I've never really thought much of until recently, and this is my first time posting here, so please forgive me if it's a little all over the place. So I guess I'll give a little bit of backstory. My name is Jack. At time of writing, it's been 3 months to the day since I experienced the events I shall retell. At the time this happened, I was dating a girl named Jess, name changed to hide identity, obviously, whom I had been with for about a month or so. It was about 1 a.m. and we had gone out to a local coffee shop for breakfast. As we were sitting there, she tells me that she had invited a few friends of hers to join us. I didn't care much for many of her friends. They were all losers in my eyes, but I'm nobody to judge. So as I sit there smoking and drinking my coffee, her friends arrive, Caleb and Brandon. Caleb was a short guy. Something seemed off about him, though. It may have been the way he talked or that his face looked slightly alien in nature. His eyes were either, his eyes were either too far apart or too high up. I don't really know. Brandon, on the other hand, was your typical stoner. Long, greasy hair, stubble for days, and of course the Rastafarian beanie and bracelet. So we all sat there talking, I still just relaxing for the most part as my girl and her two best friends tell stories of old times. We sat there for about an hour before they remembered I was there and they tried to include me in the conversation. I'm not really that good around new people, and being slightly jealous of the two guys for taking my girl's attention didn't help the situation. So I sat there just kind of nodding and not paying much attention until I got bored and decided to ask, "So what do you guys want to do? You came all this way and I doubt you just want to sit around." They looked back and forth, waiting for someone to suggest something until my girl said, "We should go explore the old hospital." It wasn't really I wasn't really that interested. We had explored it about a week beforehand and had to leave due to black mold covering the walls, but I went along with the idea anyway because she was so set on it. So we left the coffee shop and drove to the local Walmart. It was about a mile down the road and the halfway point between the coffee shop and the hospital. We bought a few cans of spray paint and some dust masks and for the mold and drove off towards the hospital. We parked in the neighboring parking lot as to not attract any unwanted attention. I parked, got out of the car, handing everybody a can of paint and a mask. "Don't take the mask off in the hospital. The mold is everywhere and I don't want anybody dying." I chuckled and nudged my GF, and we walked up to the hospital. The hospital had been closed for 7 years. It was the only hospital in town. My mother used to work there. From the outside it looked fine. The brickwork was in fine shape, with only the occasional broken window from years of people exploring it just like us. Inside, however, was a different story. The once clean and sterile hospital was now filled with mold. Puddles of orange water from years of rust and rain, the wallpaper peeling from the walls, wires hung from the ceiling like some sort of robotic jungle of vines, or worse, a spider's web meant to ensnare passers-by. The ceiling was rotted and had crumbled away in places to expose the rusted pipes and old wiring above. Not really somewhere one would want to be at 2 a.m. Considering we had been there a week before, I knew several ways in and out of the hospital, and even how to get onto the roof. So I led it so I led the group to a rather large broken window and climbed through, turning the light on my phone as to see. I put my mask on as the others climbed through and they followed in suit with their masks. We explored the hall, stopping every so often to brush aside cobwebs or spray paint something obscene or creepy on the walls. As I as I went, I put lyrics to nursery rhymes on the walls, bit by bit, to scare anybody else who would come in after tonight. As we came to the end of a long hall, I stopped to check my phone. It had reset itself. Not unusual considering it was a piece of crap. As I stood there waiting for it to come back on, I heard, well, I don't know what I heard really. Thinking back on it, it seemed to be gurgling. Not gurgling as like you would with mouthwash or something, but more like, I don't know, like a desiccated corpse choking on old blood. Sounds odd and cliched, I know, but still. As I heard that noise, a chill ran down my spine and I looked to the group. "Did you guys hear that?" My girl punched me in the arm and says to stop trying to scare them. I laugh it off, but that noise still just seems to ring through my mind. As we explore deeper into the hospital, I just can't seem to get that sound out of my head. I tell the group I'm going for a piss and set off. I almost make it back to the hallway when I stop. My mind is screaming at me. "What the hell are you doing, dumbass? You trying to get yourself killed?" I wholeheartedly agree and elect to head back as sorry. I agree and decide to head back, but as I do I hear that noise again. It's closer this time, and this time I can make it out better. It's like I said before, a low gurgle, but this time I can make out what seems to be a hissing sound, like air escaping from a balloon. Sorry, that sounded stupid. I'll probably not even use this cut. I freeze in place, and all I can think is, I can't hear the group anymore. I freeze in place, and all I can think is, holy shit, I can't hear the group anymore. I run back as fast as my legs will take me, and I get to the room where I left the group. And of course, they're all just sitting around smoking a joint. I wipe the sweat off my head, and my girl can tell I'm upset over something. She recommends that we leave. We were all out of spray paint by that point, so the guys were fine with the idea, and I'm just relieved to be out of there, so we set off. We walk back to the window we came in through, and as I wait for the others to climb through, sorry, we walk back to the window we came in through, and I wait as the others climb through it. As my GF climbs through ahead of me, I give her a slap on the ass just to mess with her. I laugh, knowing the whole event is over, and begin to climb through the window. As I'm about to make it out, I again hear the sound, again closer than before, but this time it sounds like it's right behind me. I can feel heavy breathing on my neck, and it smells of the rotted flesh of a mass grave. I throw myself from the window and land on the ground, panting. I look at the window, and there's nothing there. I drive the guys back to the coffee shop without a word, and I drive my G after her house, then go home. Again, I haven't really thought of these events much because I had no reason to, but lately these events have been haunting my dreams. I've moved from that town, but it still persists. I dream I'm in that hospital, alone, and then it comes from the shadows. I never really see what it is. I always wake up just before it can get to me. I haven't slept in a few days. I really don't want to anymore. It's been so long. I'm so tired. Maybe I won't dream of it. All I know is right now I'm home alone. It's about 2 a.m. and I swear I can hear that gurgling. This is a first upload for this channel. I am going to start a creepypasta reading channel. I know it's kind of cliched and practically overdone at this point, but I've been told I have an alright reading voice, even though I can't really stand my voice. And this is more for friends and family and to pass time, so on and so forth. If you enjoy it, leave a like, I guess. The creepypasta I just read was of my own invention. I wrote it September 14th, 2014. They wouldn't let me post it on Creepypasta Wiki because apparently it shared themes with other creepypastas that aren't allowed. So I said whatever and posted it on a local wiki that I frequent. Again, thank you for listening, liking, so on and so forth. More creepypastas to come. This is Jack signing out.